All right, good. Here we are. This is Kim Claver, and what I'm going to do now is run through a little webinar that I ran earlier in the day, which froze up on me, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do here right now. You ready to go? Okay, so my slides are on a separate monitor, so if you see me looking away, that's going to be why I'm looking away. However, I can put my little mugshot closer here. There, so we can see better. Okay, all right. Here we go. So one of the things we do is we interview for our big program, the major program that we have, the big 12-week one. And we ask people, what is the story with you? How much do you want to earn? Where are you now? And why are you not where you want to be? Right? Because isn't that the question? Why aren't we where we want to be? And one of the answers that we get a lot is people will say, oh, the reason I'm not where I should be or where I want to be is I'm not duplicating. Okay, so I have no business. That's what they say. And I've always been kind of curious about that answer because my relationship with duplication and duplicating and whatnot is very, pretty bumpy because the way it's done and sold, I think it's a totally empty concept. And people hang on to something and don't even really know what it is. So I normally will ask, or my senior advisor will ask, so what does that mean? And she'll say, well, nobody's ordering or nobody's bringing people in. So you have to ask, okay, so they're not duplicating. What is that? Well, they're not doing what they should do in order to make me money, right? Which is order stuff and bring other people in who are going to order stuff too. That's the idea. That's the whole model of the network marketing, right? And so if you think about this, one of the reasons we have such a disconnect with people in network marketing and the rest of the world who buys stuff, and why sometimes people look at us and go, well, they're really kind of a cult, because they're kind of weird. Here's the weirdness that a lot of people feel about us, people in our industry. Ask this question: why do people order product? Just in general, in the world, not in network marketing, because we know why they order product there often, but in the world at large. And why do people who are not in your business order product? Okay, so why do people order product in your business, and why do people order product who are not in your business? That's what I meant to say. Those are two different things. Because in the business, many people order to stay qualified. Of course, yes, they want the product and they use the product, but many of them have a lot of stuff in their garage or in their basements or in their bathrooms or in the extra rooms, way more than they need to stay qualified, but they order it to stay qualified. Okay, and in the world, the rest of the world, people order product because it helps them, right? That's why we buy stuff. It helps us. We don't buy anything other than our network marketing products. If you're in a company, which I am not right now, but if I were in one reason people buy every month is to stay qualified, to get paid in case you bring people in or in case you have downline. That's kind of the deal. But in the rest of the world, anybody else, who's kind of like normal, they buy stuff because they want relief from something or they want entertainment. They want something that the product's going to do for them that is related to what the benefits of the product are, right? And so that's really what normal people do. So what we need to do in the industry, if you want to get new clients and new prospects, and you're going fishing outside of the industry, right, outside of the people that are in the industry, then you have to figure out, okay, if people are buying stuff because they want help, or people are buying stuff because they want something faster than they could get it on their own, or they want it with more likelihood of success than they could get it on their own, or they just want to feel good quicker, right? Or they want something proven, then that's why they're buying stuff, right? That's the reason they buy stuff, which means that we all, as people in this industry, in any company, if you want in 2020 to bring in people that are not in there right now, what you want to be able to do is say, okay, so here's the question that I can answer. See if you can answer this question. I help people do or get or end this particular thing, the problem, whatever it is that they have. So for example, you want to be able to say, for example, let's say you help people learn to speak in public. A lot of people are afraid to speak in public. We know that. So you might say, I help people learn to speak in public, right? So that's what you do. I help people learn to lose that last 15 pounds. That might be what you do. Okay. Or you could say, I help moms stay calm even with the kids at home 24/7, as we all know during these strange days, right? So your first piece, when you ask yourself, well, what should I do? How do I talk to people? What should I say? Is to think of the answer for yourself to this question, I help. Who do you help? Okay, so it's going to be, I help somebody do something or other, right? That's what you do. Like if you sell a hammer, you might say, well, I sell hammers because hammers help people get pictures up on walls because they put nails in the wall and then they can put up a picture. Or they can put a nail into a beam or whatever they're going to do so that the beam is going to hold up the house, right? So you help people do certain things. That's what you do with your product or your program. Or it might be just you. You may have your own coaching program. So businesses and entrepreneurs offer things to people that others pay for. That's how they're in business. So we are also in a business. Some of us like to think we're actually entrepreneurs in the network marketing business. You don't create your own product. You don't make your own product here, but you are in a business in the sense that you have stuff to offer that helps someone else. And the idea is that it helps someone else enough that they're willing to pay for it. That's really what business is all about, right? So if you go shopping in the grocery store, you'll see, for example, if you look at the aisles, you'll see dozens of different brands of cereal. You'll see dozens of different brands of, say, toothpaste, right? And what does that tell you? That there are a lot of different companies, a lot of different ways of people getting their teeth cleaned. And all these companies are in business because somebody is buying from them, okay? So there are a lot of options, but the idea is that a business which is really run by people and started by people, including a network marketing business, is there in order to, at least as far as regular people are concerned, exist because you have something that you can help people with that they'll pay you for, okay? That's really what we do. So it's really not to sell people because we want to sell them and because we've got something that we think the whole world's going to need. But the whole principle of sales is it's what they want. We want to offer something that certain people want, that are part of the population out there that we can serve. And one of the things, of course, that we've had to learn in our industry is that we solve problems for people and we get paid for it. However, it's not everybody. That's what they like to tell us, but that's really not true. And that's the reason people have a lot of trouble. It's really not everybody. You know, you solve problems for certain people and then you get paid for it. And so, in other words, we offer a path to their nirvana, from a problem that they've got to a solution. So they might be, say, big as a barn or feel big as a barn, and they want to get to slinky, right? And there are many paths to this end, many ways to do this. So you might say, I can help you get from big as a barn to slinky. And the paths might be fasting, digestive resting, changing what you eat, changing when you eat, changing or just none of those things, and just might have appetite suppressants, or you might do meditation, or you might do exercise, or there's all kinds of stuff you can do. There are millions of results for lose weight if you Google online, right? So there are many, many options that people have. So there are many paths to get there. And of course, we want to think ours is the best, but you need to know that other people also have other ideas and other experiences. So you want to be, careful that you're clear what it is, what your approach is, and what path it follows. And this idea of selling your path to their nirvana first. Say you help people lose weight, okay? There are hundreds of ways to lose weight. So how can you kind of pre-qualify that person before you tell them what you have, right? So that they are not going to say, oh, I don't want to do pills, or no, I don't want to do that. And you've basically gotten all your hopes up and done probably maybe even a whole presentation. And then they say no, because it's either too expensive or it's the wrong thing, or they don't want to do network marketing, or they don't want this, or they don't want that, right? So we want to avoid that. So I'm going to tell you a little trick that we did that allowed us to sign up 7 or 8 out of 10 people that we actually talked to after we did some of this qualification. That's why we built really, really fast, because we can know how to do this. And I want to tell you a little trick to that right here. So you sell, first of all, you decide who you help. And then you decide what is the path that you represent. Because remember, there's more than one way to get to somebody's nirvana, right? As we know. And so if you sell your path first, once you understand what that is, it makes things way faster and you get way fewer no's. Let me show you how we did that. A couple of years ago, I ran an experimental program. I build a company every few years just to make sure that I still know how to do it, particularly in different environments on Facebook, online with email, as well as live home meetings that I did 25 years ago. So this one was a weight loss and cleansing type of program. So it was for people. I could say this program helps people. We help people who are interested in weight loss and cleansing. That's who it is, right? So that's a weight loss cleansing type of program. So I would be able to say I help people who have an interest in weight loss and cleansing, right? And so the next question was, who would want this program? And so the program happened to be one where people had to change what they ate and drank, okay? So I could say this is a weight loss cleansing program, help people who want this and people who know they have to change what they eat. That's the path, you see, versus who know they have to take certain supplements or who know they want to do surgery or who've decided that they want to do surgery. And before you laugh at these other options, remember there are companies in business making tens of millions of dollars per month selling all these different options for weight loss. So we have to know what our path is, because you only typically will offer a specific path to get there. So you may as well sell them on the path first, because once you do and they say yes, then the yeses for the program come, I would say, 10 times faster than before. And that's one of the secrets that we teach people in our program, but it's something I can show you right here, right? So that is your path to their nirvana. That is to get from big as a barn to skinny, people who know they have to change what they eat. That is the path that you offer. So they're unhappy in X, and here's this path that they have to go, because it's going to take time to do it, as you see here. And then they get to their nirvana, and it's your path versus one of dozens of other paths. Does that make sense? All right, good. So you got two things here. One is you need your I help statement. Who do you help? Okay, because nobody's on the outside is going to buy just because you need them or because you're looking for somebody to duplicate. That's not how anybody else talks or thinks. So you want to think, okay, who can I help with what I've got? I help somebody do such and such and so, let's say, right? That's what you do. Then you want to know what is the path that you're using, because there are many options. So your path, let's say in my case, the program that I had, that we were experimenting with and built an experimental team for that got to the top of the company in, 75 days or something. It was for people, weight loss and cleansing for people who know that they want this path. What path? They have to change what they eat and change what they drink. They can't go back to the old restaurants and can't buy food from the old places that they used to, the grocery stores, right? It's for those people who know that. Is that everybody? No. But those who said yes when we got to the program, they already knew it was going to be alternative eating. You're going to eat different stuff. So this is not going to be $3 or $9. We're looking forward to $600 to $800 a month. And we didn't have trouble with that because we had sold them on the path, which was people who know they have to change what they eat and drink. They can't be doing the old thing anymore. So clearly you have to drink and eat something else, right? That's what this program was. That's how we did that. Okay, so what you want is to understand that we know, we sometimes forget or we don't want to think, but I'm telling you, they know that there are many paths to get to what they want. They just look on Google or in Amazon. Our worst enemy is Amazon, right? And yours is one path that you represent. So you sell the path first, and then the program itself, by the time you get to the specific thing that represents that path, is much easier to sell. You see what I mean? So that's what we learned how to do, and it really worked wonders totally for what we wanted to do. And just know that when somebody says, well, what should I do first? Think about, who do you help with what? And then what is the path that your product has taken to get there? And the path is always usually a philosophical thing, a thing based on beliefs. Like you might say, well, if you want to go to heaven, you want to do what, I don't know, Joel Osteen does. He's got a path to get there, right? And there's somebody else who say, well, I have another path. I'd rather do what, I don't know, somebody else does with a different religion. So it's just like different toothpaste, different hair products, different ways to get beautiful skin. Some people do it from the outside in. Some people do it from the inside out. Some people combine. Some people, for great skin, do milk diets. It's like, what? Yeah. But you see, if the outcome is something that people want enough, and they realize that your path is really different and unique, they may very well say yes. And then you see, once you've got a person sold on the path that you've got to get there, what else, the thing that you're marketing becomes much easier to sell, because that's what you specialize in, right? All right, so it's kind of like when we tell people, if you'd like to learn how to build a business and filter out all the no's, wouldn't you like to have the secret weapon, which is an automated filtering mechanism? So if you want to build your business and, you know, talk to 10 people and get 5 of them signed up, instead of talking to 100 people and maybe get 4 or 5 signed up, then this path is a filtering system where you only talk to the qualified people. That's the path. And that's a different path than talking to everyone or buying leads, right? Where you talk to all of them. So it really depends. And of course, a person who knows that this is a path that's going to shortcut massive amounts of time, that's going to be a cost involved. Because in our lives, we either have to use our brain or our money, right? And time. So you can bumble along and learn it on your own. And then maybe when you get to 50 or 60 or 70 or wherever you're there, or maybe you never get there, or you decide, you know what, I want to hire somebody that's done this and can shorten the time from 10 years to maybe 12 weeks. And I want to try that. So you see, it's all about what your approach is, what you help with, and what path you have to offer somebody else. And that's what I wanted to show you today, that you can figure out what your path is so that you can offer that. And so you say, who do you help with what, by what path, by what way, which approach? Because then when you say, okay, they've been sold on your approach, whatever it is, then when you talk about the product itself, it's much, much, much easier to sell. That's what we have done over, 29 years, 6 different companies, okay? So that's what I wanted to show you, and these are the slides that get us all the way to the end, right? All right, good. All right, that was what I had for you today. And if you'd like to see how to do this yourself in your own business, this is part of what we teach. You could, at the bottom there, you can see where it says old and new nwm.com. You can go there and put that in there if you want, and it'll give you a little opt-in form. And after you opt into it, you'll see a little demo on how we have really changed how we build network marketing. So it's really network marketing 2020. It's a very different world, not only because of the virus, but because of how people see us and what the options are that people have with Amazon and by Googling stuff. And you need to know who you help. It's never going to be everyone. And the more you believe that, the more you'll get hit in the face with no's, and the more you're likely to quit and give up, because you'll think something's wrong with you and there isn't. Whenever you think everyone, picture in your mind going to your grocery store or your supermarket and picture the toothpaste aisle. See all the toothpaste. You see, there's no one toothpaste for everyone. And every toothpaste maker knows it. So they try to make their toothpaste have some kind of edge. So it might be one with wheat gums. It might be one for yellow teeth. It might be one for who knows, right? That's the way we want to think. Because you have an offer, it can help someone, you need to know who it is, and you have a certain path, a certain approach, certain beliefs about how to achieve that. And that's why you market that, and that's what you want to sell. And then after they say, yeah, that's the approach I want the one for the wheat gums, that's the toothpaste you show somebody. You see, that's really the same way. All right, I hope that helps. And go ahead and check out old and new nwm.com that you see there at the bottom, oldandnewnwm.com, and check out that video. And I'll see you inside there. All right, bye. This is Kim Cleaver.